These stunts you're about to see are dangerous. They were done by trained professionals in secure environments. Don't attempt any of these stunts, any place, anywhere, or at any time. Welcome to Ion Extreme, the show that gives you a look into extreme lifestyles. Hang on to your seats and prepare to go for the ride of a lifetime. Ion Extreme is an exciting new show full of action-packed, edge-of-your-seat excitement from start to finish. And it's hosted by Jim Duffner. Ion Extreme is a show that has people spinning their wheels and doing backflips to watch. Welcome to Ion Extreme. My name's Jim Duffner and I'm going to be your host for the next 30 minutes. Ion Extreme is an exciting new show that takes you behind the scenes, up close and personal, into the lifestyles of the extreme. Today we've got an exciting show for you. We're going to head out to Hollywood, California to the set of Reno 9/11 to see if we can't hook up with stuntman extraordinaire Cole McKay. But first we're going to take you out to the Saloon for some high-flying action. If you don't know where the Saloon is, you're never going to find it, because it's up in the hills on private property, behind locked gates. And the only way to get into the Saloon is to have the combination. And the only way to get the combination to the gate is to be invited. And invites are for top riders only. Welcome to Ion Extreme. My name's Jim Duffner and we're at the Saloon in Orange County, California. We were invited up to the Saloon by Taylor Sterner, Graham Gustin, and Eric Woods.
Welcome everyone, it's Taylor Sterner, we're at the Saloon, another day riding. I was born and raised in Newport Beach, California. I'm 24 years old and my name's Taylor Sterner.
Taylor grew up at the beach. He was like any other normal kid, playing sports, and he learned how to surf. Now he's on a fast track to becoming one of the best, top young freestylers in the business.
I'm Graham Gustin. I'm 25 years old. I live in Costa Mesa, California. We're up here at the Saloon doing some riding and some filming.
Being born in Southern California, Graham took advantage of all the sports that were available to him.
I like to snowboard, surf, ride bikes, do whatever, anything.
Graham took to freestyle like it was second nature.
Hi, I'm Eric Woods, and welcome to Ion Extreme.
Eric was born in Portland, Oregon. When he was 10 years old, he moved down to the beaches of Southern California, where he became a professional skateboarder. And now he's trying his hand at freestyle motocross.
Taylor Sterner here. Welcome to the Saloon.
Freestyle motocross can be a very dangerous sport, and it takes a special type of individual to do it. Have you ever been hurt jumping?
Yeah, it happens. It's part of the sport. I mean, I've broken some things. I've been pretty lucky, but it happens. It's kind of part of the game.
I've been hurt a few times. I snapped my ankle back in 2001. Pretty bad. I had about six screws and a couple plates put in.
I've broken my leg, tib fib.
I fractured my pelvis,
Tore my ACL, my LCL, my knee.
I shattered my elbow.
dislocated my shoulder probably 15 times.
After that, I got a staph infection in my ankle and almost lost my leg.
My collarbone, cracked my heel.
I've broken both my wrists, knocked out a few teeth.
I've had almost 100 stitches, different parts of my body.
I've fractured some other little bones.
Broken nose, 2 broken ribs, broken heel bone.
I was out at Elsinore trying to be a freestyler on my moto bike that doesn't have grab holds, and went for a fender grab Superman and missed my grab and went down off a pretty good sized jump out there.
Yeah, I haven't been named or anything like some of these guys like Metzger and stuff where they've just been brutalized, so hats off.
You gotta pay your dues.
Cool, that's
What up? What up?
How did you get into riding motorcycles?
My dad always took me to the desert, and I had like a little 80, and I just pin around the straights, the flats and stuff. And then I got kicked out of high school and went to a different school. So I met a couple of rich kids down there that had a few extra dirt bikes. And we just ditch class every day and go ride dirt bikes. And then next thing you know, I was riding dirt bikes every day, and I haven't stopped.
I got my first bike probably when I was like 4 years old.
I've seriously been riding for about 5-6 years now. Graham Gusson and me just out in the hills having fun, and then it turned into something different. Now we got a future, so I'm pretty stoked on it.
What does your family think about what you do?
They back me pretty much 100%, but they don't understand why I keep doing it when I keep getting hurt and stuff, and the risk is always there, but I love doing it, and they're backing me 100% for sure.
I don't have a family really. My kid and my chick, mom and dad's gone. So I don't know what to tell you on that one.
What's your chick think about?
She likes it. She gets nervous, but she knows I'm pretty good at falling, so.
My mom's a little scared, but my dad's super supportive, and they're backing me fully 100%, so I'm just gonna keep riding until they say not to.
What was it like the first time you ever hit a ramp?
Well, the first time's a little different. You got butterflies and you're just scared. You're like almost sick. But I watched a couple of my friends do it, so I followed them off the ramp. It wasn't that hard.
The first time I ever hit a ramp, it was definitely pretty scary, but we had it pushed up and we worked our way up. We just didn't just go out there and hit 75 foot. Start off at like 50, push it back 5 feet at a time until you build up to, you got to build your confidence up. You can't just go out and hit a 75 foot ramp first time. I mean, I've had kids come out here and try it, and they've pooped out so hard and just wadded and have never been back since. So it's really important to take your time and to work your way up to it.
What goes through your head when you're getting ready to hit a ramp?
The only thing that really goes through your head is what trick you're gonna do.
Mostly, I try to clear my head of everything going on other than the trick at hand that I want to do at that particular time. So I'll imagine the trick going on. As I'm coming around the turn, I'm thinking about what trick I'm going to do. And when I'm going at the ramp, I'm committed to that trick. And at what point, there's a certain point while you're going off the ramp where you know you're either on it or you're not on it. And at that point, you either abort or you pull your trick. And most of the time, if you're in tune to your bike and yourself and you know what's going on, it's pretty easy to figure out if you're going to make it or not.
Hooking up with Kenny Bartram, who's one of the world's top freestylers, was quite a surprise.
Howdy, Cowboy Kenny Bartram. I'm a freestyle motocross rider from Stillwater, Oklahoma. Basically been riding most of my life, about 19 years. So started when I was 7 years old. Been on the bike and on 2 wheels ever since.
How did you get into riding motorcycles?
I got into riding through a long line of family. My great-grandmother was a Motor Maid of America, an early women's riding group. My grandparents owned a motorcycle shop. Mom and dad met because mom was working there. I have an uncle that's a past national and world champion for racing, Guy Cooper. So motorcycles were just around. It was, gee, what am I going to do today? okay, I'll go ride. You know, there's bikes around, you got to pick one up and go ride it.
Have you ever been hurt?
Definitely been hurt. It's something that comes with the territory. I've broke 21 bones, knocked out 7 teeth, and ruptured a blood vessel in my brain.
I'm Eric Woods. Don't go anywhere. Ion Extreme will be right back.
Welcome back to Ion Extreme.
We're here with Taylor Sterner. Welcome back to Ion Extreme.
We're here with one of the top freestyle riders in the world.
Howdy, Cowboy Kenny Bartram. I'm a freestyle motocross rider from Stillwater, Oklahoma.
What was the worst injury that you've ever had?
Hip injury was definitely my worst. I guess technically a ruptured blood vessel in the brain is considered worse, but the hip injury took me a lot longer to come back from. I drove the ball of the femur through the hip socket. So the ball and everything's still intact. I don't have a titanium hip. You know, I'm not an old person with a fake hip. But it's been about 1.5 years, and I still don't have the full range of motion back. I had a heterotropic ossification is the scientific name for it, where the muscle starts to calcify, and they had to go back in and cut some muscle out. And it's basically just been a really long process that limits my tricks. That's the long and short of it.
Tell us about backflips.
Me and backflips are very interesting. It's pretty ironic that I'm actually doing them on a 250-pound dirt bike. I'm not a backflipper. I can't backflip into a swimming pool, on a trampoline, nothing like that. I suck at backflips. So it's definitely weird that I'm doing them on a bike. But
how'd you ever get into doing backflips?
2002, I was at Travis's house, and he was kind of getting ready for X Games. We had just heard a rumor that Metzger had landed a bunch on a ramp. So Travis and I both kind of went through some steps, BMX bike, mountain bike, little pit bikes and that kind of stuff, all the way up to where I finally landed it on a motorcycle. I was the 4th person to ever land one and ride away from it. So I've been doing flips for a long time and still don't like them and still not comfortable with them.
What does your family think about it?
Family's definitely into it. They're very supportive. Since they've all been around motorcycles forever, it's not that, oh my God, he's doing something crazy, you know, he's gonna get hurt. They're admiring what I'm doing on it. You know, they're definitely supportive and just can't believe what's being done on a motorcycle. And they saw all the effort and everything that Guy Cooper put into it, one of my uncles, and I don't know, this is a lot easier for me, and I'm making the same amount of money, so they're definitely happy.
Would your family rather see you racing or jumping?
I think they'd actually rather have me jumping. Most of my injuries have came from racing. you're on the line with 39 other guys that basically want to use you for traction. So it's kind of a self-defense thing, where in freestyle, you're the only one on the track. Everything's a lot more controlled environment. So I really, truly feel that freestyle is safer than racing.
Did you race?
I did. I raced motocross and supercross. I actually started off racing cross countries and enduros, and then went to motocross, supercross. My best finish is 10th in a 125 main at St. Louis. St. Louis or Houston? I don't know. 1999.
What goes through your head when you jump?
Going through your head is basically just what you got to be doing. You really want to be focused on the ramp. You don't want to be thinking about what you're going to have for dinner that night, or a song you just heard on the way over to the track, whatever. You really want to be focused on what you're doing. Just correct speed into the ramp, correct body position. Obviously know what trick you're going to do before you take off the ramp, and then execute everything and make sure it goes the way you have it planned.
Where do you usually practice at?
I basically practice wherever I'm at. There's an awesome place here in California that we all call the Saloon. It's kind of some private land, but I don't know how much longer we're going to have it, so we're out here enjoying it right now.
What advice would you give to a kid?
I get a lot of kids asking, how do I become a professional, and I really want to do this and whatever. My biggest thing I can tell kids is have fun. If it's not fun, you're not going to stick with it, and you're not going to make it. And if you're having fun, it doesn't matter if you ever make it to the professional level. You had fun anyway. So, just keep it a hobby and have fun with it. And before you know it, you'll be riding the pro class. Oh my God, I'm a pro. But you're having fun along the way. So be careful and have fun.
What's it like when you first come back from an injury?
It's the best feeling ever to come back and ride a bike after you've been off it for a couple of months. I mean, getting hurt is part of the game out here, and I hope it doesn't happen to anyone, but it is part of the game, and it does happen. So when you're off the bike for a couple months, you just want to ride. I mean, at least I do. All I want to do is ride again. That first day I'm back on the bike, feeling the power underneath me is great. I love it.
Coming back after an injury? Well, my last injury, I came back. I was just upset that I did it, so I wanted to come back kind of fast, and I wanted to come back strong. But yeah, you are a little scared, a little iffy. You never want to hurt yourself, or re-injure an old injury.
When Graham's not tearing it up on 2 wheels, he's tearing it up on 4.
My truck, I just got a pre-runner, a little Ford Ranger that I've been taking out to use at night when I can't ride my motorcycle when I go out to the desert.
Graham's got a lot of talent when it comes to riding, driving, or racing. Tell me about Supermoto.
I just started riding Supermoto. Three Brothers Racing helped me out and hooked me up with a bike for the last 2 races. It's a really fun sport. I've never really had the experience of riding a motorcycle on the street and using the brakes and the street tires, of how much you can lean them over, and it's a lot of fun, and I hope to do it a lot more.
And hopefully he will do it a lot more, because with only 2 races under his belt, he has 2 podium finishes, a 3rd at Willow and a 1st at State Line.
I'm Graham Gustin, Iron Extreme. We'll be right back. I'm Graham Gustin. Welcome back to Ion Extreme.
Even while on vacation over in Hawaii, Taylor managed somehow to find a motorcycle to wreak havoc on.
Yeah, one of my buddies had a little 70 over there and went and tore up his neighbor's backyard. It was kind of fun.
So while in Hawaii, Taylor decided to try his hand at surfing. I thought the object was to stay up on the board.
Surfing's kind of like second nature. I've been doing it since I was a little kid. It's so much fun.
You'd better not give up your day job. Anyway, when he woke up from the nightmare, he broke out his board, waxed it up, and caught a few waves. All kidding aside, Taylor's one hell of a good surfer. Eric's got a 1978 Harley-Davidson shovelhead that he has completely rebuilt 3 times by himself. He uses it for his creative outlet, and believe me, it's one bad boy. But his true pride and joy is his 8-year-old son, Gage.
I'm Gage Woods.
Do you get nervous when your dad rides?
Kinda.
Do you think he gets nervous when you ride?
Yeah.
What makes you think so?
Because sometimes he puts his hand on his heart and says that was close.
You're trying to give him a heart attack, huh?
I've been doing shows for 4 years now, and contests. I've been doing the IFMA tour for 2.5 years now.
Do you get nervous before shows?
Doing shows, demos are really fun because there's no pressure on you, and you can just go out there and do whatever you want, and if you mess up jumping over the ramps and you do a dead sailor, it's not that big of a deal. Whereas at a contest, if you go out there and mess up on a trick, then you're losing from top 5 down to top 10, maybe, hopefully, if not down at the very bottom, 15th. And you lose a lot of money when you do that. So at a contest, there's a lot of pressure on you to do really good and do all your tricks perfect.
Well, yeah, you always get a little bit of butterflies before the show. Depends on if you're at a show that you've never been to before, or if you're at like a local Costa Mesa show, then usually you don't really get that nervous. But if you're out in a different country, doing a ramp to ramp, yeah, definitely get nervous.
What would you say to a kid who wants to start doing freestyle?
If you want to start out, I'd say go out and learn the bike as good as you can. Go ride natural terrain trails and go ride the track, because that'll put you in situations that you have to react really fast to be able to save yourself and control the bike. Bike control is one of the biggest things when you're jumping a ramp. It's a dangerous sport, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
Dangerous sport, wouldn't have it any other way. He's one sick puppy. You know what time it is? It's eye in the sky time. It's time to go see if we can't hook up with some more of my sick friends. Coming up, we've got a lot of exciting shows for you, and you'll get to meet a lot of my sick friends. But for now, we've run out of time in this show, so we're going to have to hook up with stuntman Cole McKay and the set of Reno 911 on our next show. So until then, remember, Ion Extreme is a show that keeps its eye on the extreme.